right, Natalie, can you see the stream on your phone? There it is.
Yeah, but we're on a delay. Oh, there it is.
Okay, and we are 60 seconds from live.
Now I try to hurry and post this.
We're at 25 seconds from live.
I might get this done before we're in the live. What? It's too soon.
10 seconds from live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Lieutenant Joe A. Gonzalez with the Nueces County Sheriff's Office. We're here with our co-host, Natalie Williams. And thank you for joining us today on our podcast. We have a very special guest today. His name is JJ De La Cerda. And JJ happens to be the Director of Veteran Services for Nueces County. So, JJ, I want to thank you for agreeing to come on the podcast. So,
Thank you for having me. Appreciate the invitation.
tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get here? Where are you from? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I'm actually born and raised in Far, Texas, in the
Okay.
Valley. So I'm a Valley boy. Like I said, born and raised. I joined the Marine Corps right out of high school, and I was in for about 4 years, from 2001 to 2005. I'm a combat veteran. I deployed twice to Iraq. First during the invasion in 2003, and then again during Operation Phantom Fury in 2004. So I did about a year and a half in Iraq. After that, I transitioned out of the Marine Corps. And honestly, the only reason I transitioned out was because at the time, everyone was getting flagged for recruiting duty. I could never sell, I couldn't even sell a pen if I wanted to. So I knew I was going to get in trouble if I didn't get out. So I transitioned out because of that. And it was during wartime. That's why, it's hard to get people in, right, during wartime. And so I transitioned out, and I was a drill instructor for a juvenile boot camp in San Benito. Amador Rodriguez Juvenile Boot Camp. And so I started there. I was there for about a year and a half. After that, I transitioned to the the Rio Grande Valley State Veteran Cemetery in Mission. I was there as the office manager for about 4 or 5 years. And then we opened up the Veteran Cemetery here in Corpus Christi in 2011. So I transitioned over here as the assistant director, and then moved up to director. And then I was recruited by Nueces County to run the Veterans and Social Services Department, not Social Services. But so I've been doing this for 6 years now. Actually, tomorrow's my 6-year anniversary with the county.
Wow! Wow, we didn't even know that when we booked you.
Yeah. So tomorrow's my 6th year, and it's been
That's
very
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
It's been a blessing. It's been an honorable experience, and so I've been doing this for a while now, about 20 years with Veteran Services. So I love what I do.
So what is it exactly that Veteran Services does?
So there's a lot that we do. So anything VA related, Veterans Affairs. So if you want to apply for service-connected disability compensation, maybe you got hurt in the service and you want to apply for that, VA can pay you, right, a compensation if you got hurt in service. We help them apply for service-connected compensation, non-service connected pension. So let's just say you have a disability right now, but it wasn't caused by service and you're low income, VA can provide pension for that. We also help the surviving spouses, right? So, because the veteran passes away, there are certain benefits to spouses that we can help them apply for. So we help the surviving spouses apply for benefits. We have a veterans food and hygiene pantry in our office as well. We run the Coastal Bend State Veteran Cemetery. We operate and manage the Coastal Bend State Veteran Cemetery. So if you need help with burial assistance, please let us know. We also operate the county burials with our Social Services Department. We have a Texas Veterans Commission grant that helps with mortgage, rent, utilities, food, and transportation as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so we do a lot of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But we organize large scale events like we talked about. There's a lot that anything veteran related, we're in it. We try to do our best to cover every single thing we can for our veterans, not just benefits, but every single thing that they need. Right? There's needs that things fall through the cracks, unfortunately.
Right.
And so we try to fulfill that need, and that's what we try to do.
So that's on the veteran services side. So here recently, Nueces County made some adjustments, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And on October 1st, something else happened.
got a little
And,
more on your
you got a
plate,
little
right?
more. So can you tell us a little bit about that, a little bit more
Sure.
that happened, during the October 1st?
Yeah. So we actually we merged with social services. You know, the county commissioners merged our office with social services. And I'm going to be honest. At the beginning, I was worried about it because I had no clue what social services did, right? Other than working together with a grant. But it's been a great experience because we found that while helping veterans with their benefits, we kind of do social work at the same time.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we're helping veterans apply for benefits, and then they start telling us their story, right? Maybe they're going through a tough time, they need help with mortgage, rent, their utilities. And so rather than saying, hey, have a great day, no, we take them to the next office with our social workers and we get them the help that they need right away. And in fact, with our Veterans Grant, we've been going through that. So it's a $150,000 grant that we get through the Texas Veterans Commission. And we went through that in 3 months when it should last a year. And so
Wow.
we've been kind of honing in on how the process works, and we've been helping a lot more veterans with it. So it's worked out really well that we merged with social services.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So this month is basically Veterans Month, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about some of the big events that you guys have done this, here in the last 2 weeks.
And
Sure.
what's upcoming?
And
I
yeah,
mean,
what's-
this is like
yeah,
the
what's
busy
coming-
time,
yeah, what's
right?
coming up?
It sure is, yeah. No, so like from October to December, that's our busiest season, and so we do a lot of events. Veterans Day is really big.
Mhm.
We had 3 ceremonies going on. We had one at Van Garza, we had one at the American Legion, and then the USS Lexington had one at 2:00. And
So while everybody else is enjoying their day off, JJ's
we're
running
working.
around
Yeah,
town.
we're working, and that's okay, and that's what it's about, honoring our veterans. But yeah, so we had that going on. Let's see, we had the Coastal Bend Flags of Valor event. This is a flag event that we actually sponsor ourselves with the help of Military VIP. And we fly 1,000 3x5 American flags in the shape of a huge 4-acre cross at the Richard Fortune Fairgrounds. So we did that, and that's actually flying right now, so you can actually go see that. And you see it from the sky. I know the sheriff went by there.
Yes, you
And
did a
he flew
flyover.
He did a flyover, and he got some nice video. So I'll share that with the community, but it's an amazing event that we've done for 5 years, and we're going to continue doing it as much as we possibly can. It's been a great event. We've got that, and then of course we're working on the Wreaths for Fallen Heroes ceremony. This is where we place a wreath on every gravesite at the Veterans Cemetery for the holidays. So that we're gearing up for that, and of course that was formerly known as the Wreaths Across America ceremony. We had to branch out a little bit from that because we went with artificial wreaths versus natural, and that name is copyrighted. But we're working on that now. That event's going to be held on Saturday, December 13th.
But the only reason that we branched out from that is for funding purposes.
Funding
right?
purposes, yeah. So the reason why we
A
kind of
great program.
Yeah, it's the same feel, same everything. It's just if you go through Wreaths Across America, each wreath is $15 a piece. You multiply that times the 7,000 dependents and veterans that we have buried out there. It's a lot of money. It's almost
Yeah.
$100,000 that you would have to raise every year because those wreaths last maybe 3 weeks, and then they die. So you have to replace them every year. It's just $100,000 every year. It's just not doable. So what we did is we buy wreaths, the artificial wreaths, 24-inch wreaths. They're about $7.50 a piece, and they last for at least 3 years. So it's just more doable. The funding is there for it, and that's the only reason why we changed the name, to be honest. But it's the same feel, the same honorable experience. And again, that's going to be held on Saturday, December 13th. And of course, you guys will be there. Sheriff's Department always supports us with it. But we have about 7,000 people that are buried there at the cemetery, and we expect about 2,500 people to show up for that event. So we're working on it right now. We're partnering with CCRTA to provide a park and ride shuttle service.
Oh, right.
yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
always
Mhm.
is kind of a.
Yeah, there's
a lot of people,
yeah,
yeah.
a lot of people,
Exactly.
and
Yes.
we have limited space at the cemetery. We just expanded the cemetery actually for the next 10 years, and so it's a $10 million project that we just finished up. So the cemetery looks a lot better than it ever did, and so we're working on that. But yeah, we're working on that now.
And more space, right? Because how many people do you guys bury a year?
Bury a year, about 600 people, 600 veterans and dependents, and that's because we're closed on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
But 600 plus or minus a year, and you have to be able to have land to expand into.
Right.
So that's what we did. We added another 3,000 grave sites to the cemetery, and we're actually working with Flint Hills right now. So Flint Hills donated the land for the cemetery, and they donated 54 acres.
Wow.
But out of the 4 state veteran cemeteries, and there's actually going to be a 5th one in Lubbock here pretty soon. Out of the 5 veteran cemeteries, Texas state veteran cemeteries, we have the least amount of land to expand into. So we have 54 acres, while all the other state veteran cemeteries have at least 100. So we're reaching out to Flint Hills for asking so that they can donate maybe another 46 acres. Our motto there is give us another 100, give us 46 acres so we can have 100 acres for the next 100 years.
Okay.
Right, to expand
Right.
into. So we're working on that now, but there's a lot of things that
That are
we're
going
working
on.
on now. Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about the program that y'all have for burying those veterans that might not have family members or have people that are there for them.
Sure, the unaccompanied veteran program.
Yes.
Yeah, so this unaccompanied veteran program, we actually, so the grassroots of it started here in Nueces County. Nobody knows that. Well, not too many people know that, but that program started here at the Coastal Bend State Veteran Cemetery. And it started with the fact that we had veterans that were being brought to the cemetery by the funeral directors. And it was called what's called a direct no witness burial. So all they would do is they go straight to the graveside, straight to the grave, and we just bury them. No honors, nobody present there. And we didn't feel it was an honorable way to go, right? And maybe that veteran made a mistake throughout their life. We all make mistakes, right? That doesn't mean that their service should be demeaning or not have a witness present. And so we started assigning our honor guard, our MSD honor guard there at the cemetery, and they would perform military honors there on site at the gravesite as the casket was lowered. But then we took it a step further and we started saying, they should have a witness here, right? They deserve at least that much. So we started reaching out to local elected officials, the dignitaries, nonprofit veteran organizations, the sheriff's department, and we just then, created a distribution list. We contact everybody. We're having this specific unaccompanied veteran burial this day. Please join us. And at the peak of the program, we've had about 600 people show up for a veteran that they didn't even know, and that's the beauty of it. And so the state of Texas, which we partner with, the Texas Veterans Land Board, they took notice of the program, and they spread that to all those Texas state veteran cemeteries. So while they did that, the big VA, Veterans Affairs Federal, they actually took notice of Texas doing it, and now they spread that program
That's
nationwide.
awesome.
So
That's
we
amazing.
started here in the coastal bend.
That's huge. That's
we're very proud of
amazing.
it.
Yes, absolutely.
So JJ, tell us a little bit. I know that there's a viewer on our Facebook that they kind of, I guess they heard you talking about the services that you provide. So what's a good contact number that we can provide for anybody who's a veteran out there who wants or who needs services in your office?
Yeah, they can simply reach out to Nueces County Veterans and Social Services, 361-888-0820. If you want to pop by, we're at the Nueces County Courthouse, the 3rd floor. You can't miss us. We have the branch service flags in the hallway.
Right.
So you can't miss us. Come and see us. We promise we'll take care of you.
And it's not going to be overnight, right? It's a little bit of a process,
Sometimes
right?
it takes time, yeah.
We're not going to wave a wand.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a lot of new legislation being rolled out, especially with the PACT Act, the burn pit law. And it has a lot of newer age, right? Afghanistan, Iraq veterans, Persian Gulf veterans that are applying for benefits. And then the PACT Act actually helps Vietnam era veterans too. So maybe Vietnam era veterans that weren't in Vietnam or 12 nautical miles from Vietnam, we call those Blue Water Navy veterans. And so maybe not those, there's other veterans that weren't in those locations that it helps. Veterans that were in the Vietnam era during, in Thailand, Guam, American Samoa, Johnston Atoll, all those veterans were also exposed to Agent Orange. So this PACT Act, this burn pit law, actually helps them as well. So we have a flood of veterans coming in all at once.
Right.
So it might take us a month to get to you, but I promise you we will take care of you. Just
And-
make an appointment, we'll take care
And
of you.
JJ, who came up with that law? Was it somebody local?
It was our good friends Leroy and Rosie Torres from Robstown. I mean, little Robstown.
Right.
And something huge for the nation.
Right.
And that's amazing, that we're changing things that have a great impact on veterans, right? Because they also do the Burn Pits 360 program,
Burn
right?
360, absolutely.
And they
And-
also have the other march that we talked about, right?
Yeah,
What's
the
that
Ruck March.
The Ruck
Yeah.
March, yeah.
Yes, that's a 20-mile ruck march. They go from the Warrior Support Center in Robstown to the Veterans Cemetery, which is 10 miles there, 10 miles back. If you want to do that, I'm sure they can do that again. Just bring some socks. Because it's a long way,
yeah.
but it's an honorable experience. I've done it once or twice, and I've always supported every year. But they have a lot going on, and from little old Robstown, they got something
Amazing.
huge accomplished.
Yep.
I feel like for veterans and veterans benefits, I feel like the Coastal Bend leads the way. We've always done things like even there's another program, the uniforms for the final salute. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. Uniforms for the final salute, which we partner with Goodwill and Peerless Cleaners, the Funeral Home, Nueces County, our veteran cemetery. And so if there's a veteran out there that passes away and they don't have a military uniform to be buried in,
Mhm.
you can get one for free.
Wow.
Through Goodwill
I
and
didn't
Peter's
know
Corner,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
The uniforms for the Final Salute program.
Wow,
Wow.
that's amazing.
And that started here again in the Coastal Bend. So
That's amazing.
I feel like we lead the way in veterans benefits, and we have compassionate people that really want to take care of our veterans, and it's very patriotic here. That's one thing I love
Yes.
about the Coastal Bend. It's very
And
patriotic.
I have to point out, you are so passionate about what you do. That goes a long way, especially with your people and who you're helping in the community. The community sees it, and we really appreciate everything that
Well,
you've done
I appreciate
for the
that.
veterans. It's pretty amazing.
I really love what I do and who I do it for, and our veterans really deserve the best. They
For
really
sure.
do. Some of them are going through tough times, and if you're going through a tough time, especially during the holiday, if I can plug this in,
Yes.
if you're going through a tough time, reach out. Veterans check in on another veteran. It takes 5 minutes of your time. You could save a life, but if you're going through a tough time, reach out to our office. We're here for you. We're here to support you in any way that we possibly can.
And that number again is 361-888-02.
0820.
0820. So like that, everybody knows, and we'll put that on our Facebook. So
Yeah.
JJ, going back to that flag event, we had our cadets there,
I saw that, yeah.
and so it was a very heartfelt event for our cadets. 3 of our cadets actually served in the armed services, so they were able to put up their own flag.
Oh, that's
And so
great.
it meant a lot to them. And then, of course, we were there helping you guys out. And so our cadet class, we didn't leave until
That
all the
last-
flags, until the last flag was up. And so they really enjoyed the event. And so, we
It
want
meant a
to
lot
thank
to
you.
them being able to give back, and
Absolutely.
so thank you for that opportunity as well. And
No,
always
thank-
inviting us out to those things.
Thank you. The Sheriff's Department always helps out, not just this program, but Reach for Fallen Heroes. You're always there for us. And any other programs. I know you have the wood making program, and you've helped us out with that as well. But no.
Oh yeah, you got a
couple
couple
of
sheds. I
Yeah,
forgot
a couple
about
of
that.
sheds, yeah. So we donated a couple of sheds, and we use those to store all of our Reach for Fallen Heroes supplies in. And then we use the other one for our flower arrangement pickup. So every month at the Veteran Cemetery, we pick up all the flowers from the gravesite, and we put them in storage. And they stay in storage for 30 days in case you want to come back out and put them back out. But we do that to clean off the gravesite so that we can weed it, clean the
Right.
headstones. There's a lot of maintenance that goes to it. But yeah, you've donated a shed to that
I
program.
forgot
so
about
I
that.
really
That was
appreciate
fun,
that. But no, you guys have always been very, very hands-on and out there with the veteran community, and we really appreciate that.
I think the partnership is important, so we're glad to have you to partner with in all those
Thank
things
you.
for sure.
Appreciate it.
So let us know. I mean, I know we talked about November and December, but like throughout the rest of the year, what can people expect from you guys? I know you have. Don't you have a thing on Thursdays for veterans?
Yes, yeah, the Veterans Roundtable for
Okay.
Christmas.
Right.
And in fact, I was going to segue to that because we're talking about burn pits. And this Thursday, actually, we're showing the 20-minute preview of their documentary. I don't know if you knew. They're creating a 3-part series documentary. And so we're showing the 20-minute preview of that. I first saw it in Austin about a month ago during their gala. And it's like the best documentary I've seen in a while. And it's very raw, and you're going to feel it. I mean, it hits you in the feels, but it's important and it's necessary to understand the burn pit law and where it came from. So we're going to show it at the Veterans Roundtable
That's
this Thursday.
awesome. Okay.
So we're expecting a huge turnout, maybe 150 people, but come on out. We're there every Thursday from 9 to 11 at Delmore Center for Economic Development, room 106. And, camaraderie, right? If you just want to go and talk to other veterans, come out. If you want to gain weight, that's the place to go because we have tacos and donuts
And
and
it is
coffee.
a fun time. They have like a birthday
Yeah.
dance. Whoever's birthday is that week gets up and like goes around the room.
Yeah.
They have a good
It's
time.
a fun time,
Yeah.
and it's educational too. We have fun, but we make it educational at the same time. So we provide the latest and greatest on veterans benefits, any laws that are changing, any particular disability compensation claims you can put in for. We help our surviving spouses. We make it fun but educational. So
Yeah.
come on out. We'd love to have everybody there.
And it's a great place for those veterans that often feel like they're kind of out there in the world alone. You're not, and this is proof that there's other people that want to hang out with you and
absolutely.
get to know you.
Yeah,
So
I mean-
it's an awesome thing.
That's Nadia, I'm glad you brought that up because that's one of the biggest things that we love about the Veterans Roundtable. So once they go, they start forming their groups, right? And then they
Their
start
little
having
cliques,
yeah, the little cliques.
The Marines
Yeah,
start.
yeah, and that
Armies
happens
and
a lot
Air
too.
Force,
It
That's
happens
what
a
you're
lot
really
too.
referring to,
Yeah, but it also creates a network there, right? Because then they start having lunch with each other and dinner, and then so there's another program that's actually part of the Wreaths for Fallen Heroes. We call these ladies, they're the caregivers and surviving spouses of veterans. We call them the chulas en rojo, the beauties in red, because they created all of our bows for the wreaths. And so they create arts and crafts classes, and they go to each other's houses, and they have, they have the music on, they might have a wine or two,
Right.
but,
You always gotta have the wine.
yeah. And so they form groups, and that's a great thing, you don't want to leave, especially like a surviving spouse who's going through the mourning process, they have someone to reach out to, and that's what we love about the Veterans Roundtable. It creates a network, and then people just
It's
there's
a
that
support
camaraderie.
system,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Well, anything that we didn't touch on that you wanted to?
Well, just like I said, if there's anything that you need veteran related, even social services related, reach out to our office. If you have any questions in regards to the Coastal Bend State Veteran Cemetery, reach out, register in advance. It takes 5 minutes of your time. All you need is your DD-214 and your marriage license. You just never know what might happen. You might be driving home and somebody hits you and you don't have anything prepared. That's when your family really feels it the most, right?
Right.
When the passing occurs. But we're there to take care of you in any aspect of veteran services and social services. Anything you need, reach out to us. We're here to help.
And let's give them that phone number one more time.
Sure. 361-888-0820.
All right. Well, JJ, I want to thank you again for coming out here and telling us a little bit about the veteran services and special services or social services, I should say. Thank you for coming out here. We appreciate everything that you do, and we appreciate the working relationship that we've been able to build over the years with the sheriff's office. And so we want to continue that, and we want to let the public know so that we can continue to build the support for veterans in our community.
Thank you, Joe.
And
Appreciate that.
we want to thank you for being out here. So, with that being said, Natalie, we're not going to announce who the next
We're
person
working on it. I'm
is.
waiting to hear back from them, so I don't want to, throw them out there if they decide that they don't want to do it. So we'll stay tuned for who our next guest will be. But it'll be next month, probably early next month, because the holidays are crazy
coming.
for everybody. That's right, they're here. What are you talking about?
But anyway, we hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving, and we don't see you, and then we'll catch you probably sometime before Christmas.
Absolutely.
So thanks again for watching, and we'll see y'all next time. Thanks
Bye.
again. Bye.